you go. How do you get a Philippine currency? I mean, money to use in the Philippines.
Um, it's easy to use the currency. Everybody uses it. To my surprise, not only a lot of U.S. dollars go. People aren't going to take your U.S. dollars. You're going to have to find a money exchange somewhere to get the money changed into pesos. But you're only dealing mostly with dollar bills, pesos. You don't deal with the small change really. Sometimes you'll get that in return, but you're not. You're just going to throw that in a jar at the end of the day. You're just going to be doing business with the bills overall. But it's easy to use. It's easy to learn the dollar values. You just kind of double everything in your mind. Like um, 50 pesos is $1, equivalent to usually,
Yeah.
roughly on an average to one U.S. dollar. If you have 200 pesos, that's going to be $4.
So what can you buy for the 50 pesos? The 50. What can you buy?
Oh man, you're if you buy imported things, you're going to pay the same as over here, and maybe probably import fee like I explained. But if you buy things that are manufactured or grown over there, you can get by really cheap. Like to fill the food kitchen up with food for a week. You go down to the farmer market and you get all this organic. The farmers come in several times a week and sell all their fruits and vegetables and meats and poultry and everything that they have, and you get it super cheap. So food, if it's grown and manufactured there, is very very well priced, and you can really get the bang for your buck there, or your bang for your peso there.
Okay.
Um, but if you're going to go down to the mall and buy electronics and things like that, or imported from elsewhere, it's going to be a little pricey.
So what's your favorite fun thing to do while you're in the Philippines? Like games, like do you hike there? Is there any mountain to hike, something like that?
There are. I haven't explored a lot of them yet. I've been to a few up in Baguio, up in the higher out areas of Baguio, which were nice, up by Camp Hay and stuff.
Is that a mountain or what?
It's in the hills, and it actually snowed while we were there. Got about a quarter inch of snow. It doesn't
Camp
do it
Johnny.
often, but every great once in a while, because you're up there at about 4,300 feet in elevation, maybe a little higher up there. But yeah, you can definitely some hills to hike around. I just didn't go a lot like I did here. There's places to go biking if you want to go, biking on a mountain bike. Some people ride their bikes on the city street. I wouldn't recommend it.
Why you can't recommend the bike?
On the street with contending with the traffic, you don't want to be in the street unless you're in a car. If you're on foot on a bike, you have to watch for the cars because they're not going to be looking for you as much.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Well, do you use a phone there, or what kind of phone service do you use?
Oh man,
to communicate
that's a
anything
great question. Something I didn't see coming, and I terminated my phone service here, and I didn't know anything on my account. But I had purchased the phone originally on a plan. I made monthly payments, and then I paid it off. I didn't know the phone was locked.
Oh.
And even when I terminated the service and I paid the bill in full, it still took about 5.5, 6 months before they finally unlocked my phone so I could use it over there as a phone. I was basically phoneless and having to use my wife's phone for everything.
Dang.
Unless I came along Wi-Fi, I could use simple things like Facebook. I could look up hotels and book them and stuff online, and the internet and Facebook I had, but as far as a phone and texting, I didn't have until I got that phone unlocked. So do not go over there with a locked phone. Do not go over there thinking that you're going to use the phone companies that you like T-Mobile and AT&T and Verizon. They are not over there.
I agree.
You're going to have to get phone loads or get a Globe account or a smartphone account over there and go with their services.
Okay, so what load means?
A loan is like here we pay a monthly plan. Either you have a set fee, unlimited, for how much you talk and text and use the internet. It's kind of common over here. You don't find so much of that over there. You can buy certain loads by like 3 days of unlimited, but you're going to have to buy those every 3 days. A load is something you pay for in advance, and it's going to have so many hours and so much data usage.
Is that better than a service or?
you're gonna have to refill your load all the time. Sometimes you can download an app and just do it off your credit card, but you're constantly finding yourself running out of load and having to reload it for a few days or a week or whatever you want to load it up with.
Does that save you money for doing it?
It did with me because I found out that I really didn't need my phone as much as I thought I did over there. As I much, over here I became a slave to all the electronics and the TV and high tech stuff over here. When I got away from it, you just didn't use it that much. I mean, I didn't use my phone other than to book a hotel or to call a grab a taxi or, to schedule something. Or sometimes I'd get a Wi-Fi and talk to family back home by using Facebook Messenger. That's the way most people communicate overseas now, is because everybody has Facebook.
I agree.
And then you're not paying the roaming or the long distance fees and draining your load really fast. But Facebook Messenger will get you fine pretty much everywhere around there.
So what was the weather like in the Philippines?
The weather it was actually a variety of weathers depending on what area. Just like in the U.S., if you're in Alaska, you're going to see cold in the winter, long winters. If you're in Florida, it's going to be kind of tropical and humid. If you're here in Utah, more dry. The thing with the Philippines, it depends. If you're down on the beach, it's going to be hot during the summer, very hot. If you're at sea level, the beach is nice, but expect it to be very hot during the summer months. If you go up high, like in Baguio, where we've been staying, it's about 4,300 feet in elevation again, and the weather's kind of constant, like springtime year round. But you're gonna pay a little more. You're gonna pay a little more for those comforts around there. Like there's two cities, Baguio and Tagaytay, which have what everybody refers to as the perfect spring-like weather year round. But the real estate is high in those areas because everybody wants to go there.
I agree.
You can buy beach property all over the place for fairly cheap, but beach property is that it's going to be hot during the hot seasons. In the rainy seasons, you're going to see a lot of rain. They have two seasons there: the rainy season and the hot season, rather than the four seasons. And when it's rainy season, you're going to see a lot of rain everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. So I see that you have a beautiful dog here in the U.S. and I meet him. Is that he or she? She's very sweet too. Do you plan on having animals or a pet in the Philippines?
I wanted to take her. I had this dog with me for like 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah, she's pretty.
You grow attached to your animals. I always took my dog everywhere with me. It was heartbreaking I couldn't take her with me because when you take an animal over there, she's really old, a lot of health issues. She's not going to survive the flight likely. But secondly, you have to quarantine your animal when you get there for 30 days, I believe it is, and then they have to pass a full vet physical to show that you're not bringing your old dilapidated or sick animals over there that are going to spread diseases and stuff.
I agree that one.
So they're going to make sure that the animal that you bring over there is a good. If you've got an old dog, an old cat, just plan on leaving it here because they're not going to like the quarantine and everything, and they're likely going to refuse and make you send it back.
And you don't want to deal with that kind of situation either.
But they have plenty of dogs, plenty of cats. I'd say buy according to the climate you're in. I've seen people in real hot areas with a big husky dog, which is more a cold weather dog, or a Saint Bernard. And you just feel bad for that animal. It's over there panting and just dealing with the heat. But the most common dog that I saw that everybody had was a Shih Tzu. Or it's just a little kind of.
That one is cute. I like that dog.
So you see Shih Tzus everywhere.
So have you been scammed while in the Philippines?
Scam, yes.
Oh man, sorry.
A couple of different areas. I mean, little scams like what I call getting skin taxed.
What's that?
Skin tax is when they see you as a foreigner versus a Filipino. There's times when me and my wife would just travel with the wind and just go wherever it blew us and go into little cities and explore. And we hit these little bed and breakfasts along the beach and stuff. And I would send her in to get the room, and they would charge her the local Filipino price. If I was to go in there and accompany her, they would almost double.
The price. Whoa.
They would skin tax me. And so you can expect that if you, but people are going to try to, up the price when they see. Not every time. If you go in the mall, you pay a set fee. Everything's marked. But if you're out and about and you're dealing with people one-on-one, if they know that you're new to the Philippines, they sometimes will take advantage of that. But once you establish that you've been there, you know how things run,
There you go.
they will give you the same price as anybody else.
So.
And also, what else? Oh, there was one time, and I knew this going into the area, where they call them snatchers, pickpocketers.
Oh man, that one is scary.
They're pros.
That's very scary.
And I thought I'd always film them trying to get up but these people are slick, man. And I had an iPhone pinched off me by two old ladies that I thought we were all fighting for the same cab. They come up like they were fighting for the cab, and while they're muscling like they're trying to get in, they got a little kid over there going through your pocket and taking but they got you both sides blocked in. You can't see the kid going through your pocket.
God, that's a scary one.
And they're bumping you, and so even if you felt something on your leg, you just think that was them hitting you. And so yeah, I got pickpocketed once, and I learned now to have everything zipped up, locked up, whatever. Don't keep valuables out easily accessible when you go through those areas. Now, is it everywhere like that? No.
Okay.
Just like everywhere in the U.S. You can go into places in the U.S. you'll have the same. In other countries, you'll get pickpocketed the same. You just have to know the area you're in, how to travel smart. Don't have your valuables out and exposed, because you're just setting yourself up.
What's the difference? The red lights are like, walking. Now, here in the U.S. you have the red lights where you stop or start to walk. Can you explain the difference from?
People pretty much obey the red lights there. However, everything else is kind of, you got to have a knack for how people drive.
Well,
if I was to rent a car and I drove by the traffic rules, the actual rules that are established there are traffic laws.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably cause an accident because I would be the odd person doing everything correctly, where everybody else just has this, I don't know, just controlled chaos is what I call it. But they're good at it. They're not texting because they have to pay attention. They don't do a lot of distracted driving because they're watching this person cutting their lane without a signal and stuff back and forth. And I've been on buses that drive up on the sidewalk past everybody on the right because they're on a schedule, and they get and then you're just like, oh my gosh. But rarely, and I mean rarely, do I ever see a traffic accident. Somehow it all works.
Did the woman throw themselves at you?
No, and this is what a lot of people think, that yes, you're going to be popular over there. You're going to stand out. You're going to stand out like the fish in the fishbowl. Everybody's going to watch you as you come into a room or into a business or in the mall. They're going to watch you as you're coming, and they're going to watch you as you're going. You try to pick your nose, you got 20 people watching you. Just you always have eyes on you. But as far as women throwing themselves at you, that's a big misconception, because there's a majority, I would say, of Filipino women love Filipino men. They're not looking for a foreigner. There are some that do. I would say go to a dating site and you'll find the ones that are looking just for a foreigner. Be careful, because like any dating site, whether it's here or anywhere else, they have their scams, they have their dangers, but play it smart. You can meet somebody great over there that's looking for a foreigner. Did I have women just throw themselves at me? No. If you go into the red light district, which the Philippines and Thailand both have their red light districts, that I found that a lot of foreigners, not me, but foreigners would go there for that reason.
I agree.
We call them sexpats, not expats. They're just going there for sex. If you go to those areas looking for that, you're not going to find a woman that's going to become your girlfriend or your fiance or your future wife. You're going to find someone that's going to exploit you as much as you're exploiting them. They know you're just there for the sex. They're going to try to empty your wallet, making you spend as much money on them as quick as they can, because you're just a drive-by. And then their next customer comes along. Can you meet a good quality woman over there? Absolutely.
That one I agree. That one is still
you can meet some of the best, loyal, fantastic women over there. but you're not going to find them in the red light districts. You're gonna find them everywhere from the province, high-end cities and stuff like that. But a lot of them, from my experience, are shy and reserved. You're gonna have to go approach them and start a conversation and get it talking. They're more than happy to talk with you, but they're gonna wait for you to come and talk to them. In most situations, they don't just throw themselves at you. And not only that, but a lot of these women that men think they're gonna find, the beautiful, sexy ones, guess what? A lot of them got boyfriends already. They didn't grow their whole life up single, waiting for you to come over there and find them. They got boyfriends, they got husbands, or they're interested in chasing someone else beside you. But there are single ones that would, love to meet a great guy from other countries, and that they're just not finding there, that suits them. And so, but again, you have to be the one, and just talk to everybody you can, and you're going to find somebody rather quickly to go do fun things with and travel around, and they can tour you around, even as long as you're paying. Don't expect them to pay the bill or even pay half. You're going to have to foot the cost of touring both of you around, but you can both have a great experience, see a lot of places. They can even act as an interpreter or go in and get the hotel so you don't get skin taxed and things like that.
So I have one last question for you that I think this is very, very important to know for everyone. So you're gonna live there, you're planning to live there, and so what do you plan on doing there? Like, what do you do for living? Do you want to build a business, like keep you busy or something?
No, I got hobbies.
You're retired.
I got hobbies. One of them is traveling, exploring, and having adventures with my wife. We both have the same interests. We spend as little time at home as possible. There's so many places to explore and have adventures. And see, and just people to meet that are fun to meet and talk with and have meals with. And I do a lot of photography, and I've been starting to do a little filmography to start doing a YouTube channel, because everybody. I was originally doing it just to have a kind of a visual diary of what I've been into, and upload for my family to see on Facebook and things like that. And everybody keeps telling me, you got to do a YouTube channel. You got to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at that. I'm sure it's easier than what it appears at first. A little more challenging, is what I put in my mind. But I've got to set it up. I've got a lot of videos I can't upload. I just got to get the page set up and throw them up there and see who's interested in it, and if they want to see more of it. Otherwise, it'll just be family and friends that watch it to see what I'm into next, and me and my wife.
Okay, here you go. Thank you for the time to interview you, and hopefully we have a good night tonight. The weather's pretty nice.
Oh, it's great. Today's an exceptionally
and thank you
cold
for
day.
watching us. And don't
Normally
forget
it's
to
warm here.
don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
And we can
Like and subscribe. If you liked her video, you want to see her do more of this and interview more people and find out a little bit more about the Philippines or here, give her a like, give her a subscribe, share with your friends.
There you go.